Dana, talk to me about enterprise reinvention in 2025 and what are customers pushing for beyond transformation?
I think that as I look at the word and we call enterprise transformation, over the last several years with the advent of cloud, so much of our customers have really been in this pursuit to really adopt cloud technologies largely so they were moving towards a modality that was cost efficient, and most of the business cases were oriented around savings. We heard a lot about at those times things like containerization and modernization and things such as really trying to manage your security operations, and so much of it was infrastructural in nature. Great and necessary work. However, when we look at 2025, what's interesting, at least for me, is that the promise of AI and the transformation that we can now start to do now is just so much beyond cost savings. The technologies that we see, particularly in and around the Google ecosystem, with being such a leader in AI, we're now talking about use cases that are not just about cost savings. Certainly, that's that, but we're now talking about capabilities where our business leaders are aiming to try and drive new revenue and try and drive new customer engagement, trying to lower a churn. And it's just fascinating to be in an environment now where it's not the plumbing so much anymore, and it's actually now demanding that we get really in tune with business use cases, and then we optimize them and aggressively create new capabilities in which actually help the top line. So I think my customers, our customers, really want to be engaging in conversations oriented around that now. And I think that's a wonderful departure for where we've been over the last half decade.
When it comes to GenAI, what's getting harder and what's actually working at scale?
That's a good question. I wish anybody knew the answer of that completely right. I think that for GenAI, so much of it has been technology getting to the point where it's ready. And I think we all generally have the consensus that the technology is largely now ready for prime time. The only issue that I think we have in the enterprise and in society is largely that I don't know if people are. And we've seen this before. We've seen this at various swings and chevron and checkpoints in society where sometimes the technology has been a little bit ahead of where we are as humans. That's why, as we saw AI really come to light in the consumer space, and it's nice to see sometimes the consumer seeing it before sometimes our enterprises are seeing it. Now we're at this point where, finally our sponsors and stakeholders within enterprises are now saying, I've seen that our people are now starting to get ready. And I've always said this, I've been saying it a lot this week, that in order to kind of shift and change the hearts and minds inside of the enterprise, you have to start with knowledge workers. And those are the ones that actually need to see AI in motion in the productivity side of how they approach their job, almost to give them a license to feel that it's acceptable. And as they do that, and as they use that more and more, and we saw this a lot towards the end of last year, we're going to see a lot more of that this year, particularly with advancements in Gemini and Workspace. Hopefully, that means the groundswell adoption will be so strong that it will actually pave the way for executives and companies and business owners and product owners are going to be say, like, not only is the technology ready, but finally, our people are ready too.
Dana, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.